So we'll start from this problem. So this is again a throughput problem, and this problem was asked in June 2011. Okay. So we'll start from the required. This is a lengthier problem here. Okay. So required, calculate the throughput accounting ratio for procedure C. So they're asking what is the TPAR for procedure C alone. Note it is not recommended, it is recommended that you work in hours as provided in the table rather than in minutes. Okay. So work out the answer in minutes they are asking. So they are giving 6 marks for that. So first we'll try to find out this one. Then we'll move to B and C. So we'll start from here. Thinco is a private hospital offering 3 types of surgical procedures known as A, B, C. Each of them uses a pre-operative injection given by a nurse before the surgery. Thinco currently rent an operating theatre from a neighboring government hospital. Thinco does have an operating theatre on its premises, but it has never been put into use since it would cost 7,50,000 or 750,000 to equip. The managing director of Thinco is keen to maximize profits and has heard of something called throughput accounting, which may help him to do this. The following information is available. All patients go through a 5-step process, irrespective of which procedure they are having. Okay, so these are the procedures. Procedure step 1 is consultation with the advisor. Number 2, pre-operative injection given by the nurse. Number 3, anesthetic given by the anesthetist. Step 4, procedure performed in the theatre by the surgeon. And step 5, recovery with the recovery specialist. So the price of each of procedures A, B, C is 2,700, 3,500 and 4,250 respectively. The only material cost relating to the procedure are the pre-operative injections given by the nurse, the anesthetist and the dressings. Okay, so see, these are the material cost. So why is he given the material cost is selling price minus material cost will give you the throughput. Okay, so these are as follows. Procedure A, B, C, dollars per procedure for all of them he has given. So it's going to be pre-operative nurse injection, anesthetist and dressing cost. All of them are given here. So I think till here at least we'll try to find out the throughput. Okay, throughput per unit at least we'll try to find out. So throughput per unit, how do we find out is we need to know the two things. We need to know the selling price per procedure, that we need to know, as well as the direct material cost per procedure also we should know. Okay, so this also we should know. So selling price would be an addition of all these things. I think we'll put it here. So it's going to be 1,000 plus 45 plus 5.6. And the direct material cost, okay, sorry, seems to be the direct material. Selling price per procedure is for C, right? For C alone it is 4250. So 4250. So throughput per unit would be this minus this. So we got the number. So let's get the other numbers. So what we require is this. For doing this TPAR, first we'll see the TPAR and then we'll see the balance information. So TPAR, if you want, we need to know what is the throughput return per surgeon hour divided by total factory cost per surgeon hour. Okay, so as we are working out selling price per procedure and throughput per unit, okay, or per procedure, as we are trying to find out that, we should know what is the uh, time it takes. Okay, we need to know what is the time it takes. Okay, so here it is throughput per procedure, but we have to get throughput return per surgeon hour. Okay, so to get that, we should know what is the surgeon hour per procedure. So that is what we require. Okay, we require that, so we require the hours or something, so that we can put here, and when we divide it, we'll get the throughput return per surgeon hour. Then we also need the total factory cost. What's the total cost of the entire hospital that we need, and what's the total surgeon hours? Because see, this total factory hour cost we cannot get in per procedure. Okay, that we cannot get in per procedure. It will be a full amount only, and total surgeon hours will also be the entire hours which is available for like per week or per month or per year, that they only have to give. So if factory cost is given in per week, then we need to get the total surgeon hours per week. Okay, so so we don't know how it's going to work. So once we get that, then we can find out the total factory cost per surgeon hour, and then we can find out the TPAR. So let's start again. There are 5 members of staff employed by Thinco. Each work a standard 40-hour week for 47 weeks of the year. A total of 1,880 hours each per annum. Okay, so the total hours available for each employee is 1,880 hours. So there are 5 different types of employees here. So he says the advisor, nurse, and anesthetist, surgeon, and recovery specialist. All these are labor cost. Okay, the only other hospital cost comparable to a factory cost in a traditional manufacturing environment are general overheads, which include the theater rental cost and the amount to 2,50,000 per annum. Okay, so what he does is he has given the total factory cost not directly, but he has given it indirectly. So indirectly means we can work it as a working note 1 we can work out. So why is it? Because there is a labor cost and there is also a factory cost. Okay, or other hospital cost. Okay, 2 things are there. So if you see, the labor cost itself has a huge list. So we have the advisor. Okay, so we have to take that number. So per annum salary of advisor is 45,000. Then we have to add 38,000. Then we have to add 75,000. Then surgeon cost is 90,000. And finally, okay, see their salary are as follows, he says. So we don't know how many of the number of people are there. Okay, we assume that advisor is like 1 person or something, or the total number of advisors. We don't know how many people are there. So what we are doing is we are just adding them so that we'll get the total labor cost. Okay, so we are assuming that this is the total bill of labor cost. So you can add all of this and we can put it here. So other hospital cost is going to be 2,50,000 per annum. So totally it comes to 5,48,000. So we can put that number here. So somewhere you have to mention that it comes from working note number 1. So that's done. So we have finished till this here. We still have to read. Okay, still the question has a lot of information. So the maximum annual demand for ABC is 600, 800 and 1200 procedures respectively. Time spent by each of the 5 different staff members on each of the procedure is as follows. Okay, so this is the time spent. Why are they giving this? They are just telling us the time spent. Okay, we shall still wait. For example, he says part hours are shown as decimals, that is 0.24 hours is shown as 14.4 minutes. Okay, so 14.4 minutes is referred to 0.24 hours. Okay, that's how they have mentioned. And they have finally told us surgeon hours have been correctly identified as a bottleneck resource. So they have declared it and they have said it. So we are not trying to find out. Even if we want, we can find it out. It's very, very easy to find out the bottleneck time. Okay, see in procedure which one takes the lengthiest time. So 0.75 takes the lengthiest. Okay, so that's a surgeon. In procedure B, again the lengthiest is again surgeon. The biggest number in C is again 1.25, again it's surgeon. So the surgeon is the bottleneck. So what is that hour taken for per procedure by surgeon? It's 1.25 hours. So we have got this number 1.25 hours per procedure we got. So thereafter we have to just divide and get the answer. So this is a throughput return per surgeon hour. Now we'll get the total surgeon hour. See, they have not mentioned how many surgeons are there. Okay, they have not mentioned that. So we'll assume that there's only one surgeon. Okay, there's just one surgeon. So if you assume like that, see, if you make any assumption, you just like note it down. Assuming one surgeon in the hospital. So one surgeon means, then how do we find out his time? See, totally they have said it is 40 weeks, right? And 40 hours per week, and there are totally 47 weeks. Okay, so just multiply, that will give you the total surgeon hours. So that comes to 1880, the same number that they have mentioned. So divide both this, the total cost for paid and the surgeon hours. So it comes to 291.49. So what's a TPAR? TPAR is like very simple. Take, so I'll put it here as a working. If you want, I'll put it here. TPAR will be 559.52 divided by 291.49. So the answer comes to 8.78. So that's about the TPR. So that we have found out. Let's see what's the balance answer. So the balance questions. The balance question is, he is asking B, the return per factory hour for products A and B has been calculated and is 2612 and 2654 respectively. The throughput accounting for A and B has also been calculated as 8.96 and 9.11. Okay, So for A and B, what we have calculated for C, they have already calculated and given the answer. Calculate the optimum production mix and the maximum profit per annum. Okay, so they want us to find out the optimum production mix. Okay, so that's what they want us to find. So what we'll do is, so we have already done this kind of a problem here in optimum production mix. So we'll just copy it because it's the same format. So there are three procedures: A, B, and C. So first we'll find out like what is the total hours available. Okay, so the total hours available is like quite easy. It is this hours. This is the surgeon hours that's available. So the answer should be 1880. This is total hours available. The demand. Okay, we have to find out the annual demand. Annual sales demand. So that's going to be, that's given somewhere here. Okay, so here it is 600, 800, and 1200. So it is going to be 600, 800, 1200. So surgeon hours available, surgeon hours are required per procedure. Per procedure be how much? So that's available here. Surgeon hour available is here. Okay, required is, it takes 0.75 for A, 1 for B, and 1.25 for C. So what's the total required? So total required is 2750. Okay, and that is the total hours required. See, we have to also find out the rank. Okay, so rank we should have done it. So better what we'll do, we will first get the TPAR and then we'll rank it. So rank, I think we'll put TPAR and rank in the beginning itself. So we know what is the TPAR for C alone. It is 8.78. So here you have it, 8.96 and 9.11. 8.96 and 9.11. So the rank will be 1, 2 and 3. So we got all the numbers, so we have to now allocate it. Okay, so our allocation is going to start from here. We leave one sentence, and then I think we can start here. So the total hours available is 1880, right? So it is available is 1880 minus, first we have to allocate for B. So how much we can allocate? See, it requires 800 hours. Do we have 800? The answer is yes. We can allocate 800 hours. And how many operation procedures we can do? We can do 800 procedures. Okay. So balance, how much hours we'll have? So balance, we will have around 1080 hours. Right? 1080 hours is available balance. Next, we can allocate it to A. So A requires 450 hours. Can we give it? We have 1080. Can we give? The answer is yes. We can give 450 hours. And how many sales we could do? How many units we can sell? We can sell all the 600. All of it can be sold. Okay. And how much of hours will be left now? It will be 1080 minus 600. So still we have 480 hours. So this 480 hours we can allocate it, and we can allocate it. So the balance fully we can allocate. So if it's 480 hours, the full 480 can be produced, and the available can made be to 0. Okay. So totally how many hours are available for C? Only 480 hours we can allocate, and each operation takes procedure takes 1.25. That means 480 hours divided by 1.25 is what we can allocate. So 480 hours is available. Each procedure will take 1.25 hours. So this will give us the number of procedures that we can do. So 384 procedures we can do. So we'll just highlight the units. So if you want, optimum production plan will be like this. Here 600 can be produced. Here 800 can be procedures can be done, and here 384 procedures can be done. So this is the ideal one. So if you want, we could convert the word units to procedures undertaken, or number of procedures okay. So rather than units, we can put it as procedures itself, number of procedures undertaken or can be done. Okay, we can't say it is undertaken, we can say that can be done. Okay, so that's it. We got the number of procedures that can be done. So optimum production or optimum number of procedures will be this, and with this we can find out the profitability quite easily, because that's what the question is asking. What's the maximum profitable per annum? They're asking that. We can easily find out. So with this, multiply. So these are the units. Okay, these are the units, and they have already given the return per factory hour. Okay, the return per factory hour. So what is the return per hour for these procedures they have given? So this is the return per hour. What we have done is we have found out the number of procedures. Okay, so you can either work out with number of procedures, or as like how they have given, if you want to find out, we have to find out the hours. Okay, so we'll just put like this: optimum hours. Okay, optimum number of procedures in hours. So that we'll find it out. That won't be much of a problem. We can quickly find out. So again, see, you can just get this. In hours. Okay, that's not quite tough and all to get, because we have already worked it out, so we can easily get it. So if you see the other number 450, okay, 800, and again here it was 480 hours. Okay, these three numbers are what we require. So 450, 800, and 480. Okay, these are the hours. Okay, so now we can find out return. He has found out return per hour. Okay, so why are we doing this? We are doing this because we want to find out the maximum profit per annum. Okay, that's why we are finding out this. So as we got return per hour, we can get it. So how do we get return per hour? Okay, the number is here. The numbers are here. So this number would be 2612.53. This number will be here it is 2654.4, and the last one C is we have calculated it, so we have to get it from there. So it was, so this number 2559. Okay, so we'll get the total return. So for per hour it is this number, and number of hours we know, so multiply both, you will get the total numbers. Okay, have one more column if you want, like put the heading A, B, and C, and one more column called total. Add all of this. This is total return, and thereafter you can use the total factory cost, because this is the total return, or you can't even say total return, it is the total throughput. Okay, and this is throughput return per hour, or throughput per hour. Okay, surgeon hour, if you want you can put surgeon hour. So we got the total throughput. So if you go above, you can also get the total factory cost. We already know what is total factory cost, so we can just get that number, and if you direct this, we will get the profit. So let's check whether we have done everything correctly, and we'll then move on. Okay, I think we have done something wrong here. So see, the hours allocated is not 600. Okay, that the number of procedures is 600. Okay, hours required is only 450. I think we have made a mistake here. We'll correct it. This is 450. So that's 630. Okay, balance is 630 hours. So this is right. Up to here it is right. From here on it is mistake. So here it would be 630 hours minus 630 hours. So that gives 0. So hours allocatable is actually 630 hours we can allocate. And how many surgeries we could do? We could do 630 hours of surgeries we could do divided by 1.25. Let's see what's the number we get. 504 operations we can do, procedures we could do. So this number would be 504. Okay, 504. Okay, 504 procedures we could do. And here number of procedures in hours, it is 630. Okay, because here it is 450 hours, we can allocate 800 hours and 630 hours. So I think we got our number 4363656. Okay, so the problem with this kind of question is, if you do one mistake somewhere, okay, we will get the answer wrong. But how much mark will they cut if the answer is wrong is, they won't like cut the, assume the question is around some 7 marks worth, they won't cut all the 7, because if you have done a small calculation mistake here and there, but the logic seems to be right, then they will maximum cut you 1 mark or half a mark. Okay, because here if you see, we have wrongly taken a number. Okay, we rather than taking hours number, we have taken units number and we put, that's why the answer went wrong. Okay, so maximum you lose half a mark or 1 mark for this kind of mistakes. So but ensure that you do it slowly and you will get the answer. So we come to the last part of the question. The question is, so we'll start from the last required. So the last required is, assume that your calculations in part B showed that if the optimum production mix is adhered to, there will be excess demand for procedure C of 696 procedures per annum. Okay, so he's saying that still the unmet demand. Okay, the assumption is the unmet demand for procedure C is 696 procedures per annum. So we don't need to take our consideration into account. Okay, what we have calculated, we don't need to take account. So there is still a surplus availability of 696 procedures. In order to satisfy this excess demand, the company is considering equipping and using its own theatre, as well as continuing to rent the existing theatre. The company cannot rent any more theatre time at either the existing theatre or any other theatres in the area. So equipping its own theatre is the only option. An additional surgeon would be employed to work in the newly equipped theatre. Okay, so required is, discuss whether the overall profit of the company could be improved by equipping and using the extra theatre. Okay, so some basic calculations may help your discussion. So they have given 7 marks. So of course we need calculations here, because see, additional procedures that can be done. Okay, totally how many of them can be done is 696 procedures can be done. And additional time required, how much it will be. So additional time, okay, per procedure, additional time required per procedure would be, we can find out it there. I think here you can find it out. It takes 1.25 of surgeon hours. 1.25 of surgeon hours it will take, and the total surgeon time that it will take is the multiplication of both these numbers. Okay, 870 hours is required. So what is the throughput throughput per surgeon hour. Okay, we need to get that. So the throughput per surgeon hour for C would be this number. So we have it, throughput return per surgeon hour is this number. So we can take it and we can put it here. Okay, and what is the additional contribution created? So total number of surgeon hours available is this number, and per hour we will get this return. So this is the total amount that we'll be like getting. Okay, so it's not that you can find it out in this way. You can also find out in another way. So for example, I'll just put it here. If you want, I'll put it here. See, totally there are 696 procedures that can be done, and each procedure return if we can find out. So see, throughput per procedure for C is 31. We'll just copy this number. The number is 3199.4. So we can just copy this number and we can put it here. So this also will give you the same answer. Let's just 1 second check it. See, it will give you the same answer. How come it's giving the same answer? Is because here we are using it units and multiplying. Here we are getting the hours and multiplying. So either way, they are same only here. Okay. So this is the C requirement. Procedure C. Requirement C here. So what is the cost of equipment? So the cost of equipment is not given here. It is given in the above. We need to get the cost of equipment. It is around 7,50,000. So that we'll get here. And we need one more additional surgeon. We need one more additional surgeon, and each surgeon is paid how much? We need to get that. Each surgeon is paid 90,000 per annum. So you can put here it's 90,000. So this is also per annum and this is also per annum. So we can deduct now. So we got our answer. As the answer is positive, we can say, we can suggest the company can undertake the hiring of additional facility. The company can undertake the hiring of additional facility to perform procedure C. So that's about it. That's a suggestion here, and that's with the end of the answer. Okay, so hope you guys can go through it and you can get an idea about this. Okay, I'll just summarize the answer once. So first we started with finding out TPAR for procedure C. So we have to find out first the selling price per procedure, then direct material cost per procedure, then we'll get the throughput per procedure, and we have to find out TPAR. So we have to find out the surgeon hours per procedure. Okay, so we finally ended up with throughput return per surgeon hour. So factory cost, we have found out a working note. So in working note, we added all the labor cost together and other hospital cost was there. So put together it was this number. So total factory cost of 5,48,000 has to be divided by the bottleneck resource. So bottleneck resource is surgeon hours. So divided by 1880, we got 291.4. We were assuming that this there's only like one surgeon in the hospital. So that's why we have worked out the sum like this. So finally we got a TPAR. TPAR is a division of the throughput per surgeon hour divided by total factory cost per surgeon hour. So we got our TPAR. Then the question wanted us to find out what is the optimum mix. So the TPR we found was 8.78. A and B they have given in the question itself. So first we rank them. Then we try to find out like what is the maximum demand each procedure has. Then we multiply it by per the time taken for per procedure. We arrive at the total hours. Okay. So total hours is 2750. Available itself is only 1880 in surgeon hours. So we can't like take all the procedures. So what we do is we allocate it. So first we allocate it to the first rank item. So 1880 hours we allocate first to the B. So 800 hours we allocate 800 surgeries procedures we could perform. So the balance hours will be 1080. Then we are going to allocate it to A. A requires 600 hours. So we have to allocate, sorry, A requires 450 hours. So we allocated 450 hours. So with 450 hours we can do 800 procedures, sorry, 600 procedures we could do. So the balance is now 630 hours. All that 630 we can allocate only to C. So C takes 1.25 hours per surgery. So only we could do 504 procedures we could do. Okay. So they are asking the question, what would be the maximum profitability? So they have given in the question itself they have given throughput per surgeon hour they have given. Okay. So as they have given surgeon hours, we also have to know what is the total number of hours we get. We can also work out the sum in units, but hours they have given, total throughput per surgeon hour they have given. So we also have to work out the sum in hours only. So total number of hours for A is 450 and multiplied by the throughput per surgeon hour, you will arrive at the total throughput. So add all the total throughputs, you will arrive at the total of all the procedures. Deduct the surgeon factory cost, you will arrive at the profit. So that's about the B element here. Okay. About the C element, they itself have told you that 696 procedures can be done if we take an additional facility at a cost of 7,50,000 and a surgeon cost of 90,000. So they are asking whether we can go with it or not. That's it. That's what they are asking. So 696 procedures into 1.25 hours, okay, will give us total hours. So 870 surgeon hours we require. Each hour we can make an income of 2559. That means we'll get this number. Okay. Alternatively, we can find out like this also. We can multiply 696 procedures into per procedure income is 3199.4. So we'll end up with the same number only. So you can work out in any manner. So we deduct thereafter the cost of equipment and the additional surgeon's amount. So we end up with the total profit. Okay. So if you want, I could show you like this. So that's about the answer. Okay. So as it's a positive net profit, so still the company can go ahead with the additional procedures. Okay. So they can expand their facility to accommodate the additional procedures. So that's about this problem. It is a lengthier problem, and that's about this one. We'll meet in the next problem.